Alright, beautiful people, today we are introducing 3D shapes. Now we said 2D shapes are flat like a pancake, so they're only on the paper. And 3D shapes are nicely popped up, so they are what we call 3D. Okay, so I'm currently holding up a 3D shape. It does look like something you probably use a lot in sport or outside. Can anyone think of what the name is for this 3D shape? It's a sphere. Okay, so it looks a bit like a ball. I also have here another lovely 3D shape. Okay, can you guess what this beautiful shape is called? It's a cube. Well done. So 3D shapes actually have three properties. So 2D shapes have edges and corners, and 3D shapes still have the edges, okay, and they've still got corners as well, or we might like to call those vertices, but they also have this bit here, and 2D shapes don't have that bit because they're flat, and this is called a face. So if I'm looking at my cube, I can see that it has, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back there, 5, 6 faces, okay, and they're all exactly the same. It also has, let's see how many edges it's got. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 edges on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 edges on the bottom. So it's got 8 edges so far. Got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges for our cube. And let's see how many corners it has. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's got 8 corners or vertices, whatever you'd like to call it. Let's see what else I have here. Okay, can anyone guess what this shape is? Okay, it is a cylinder. So it's got 2 circles. So if I was talking about 2D shapes, it's got 2 circles on either end, and it's got a curved face. So I've got 1, 2, and then 3 faces all together. It's got 1, 2 edges and no vertices because it's round, so it doesn't have any corners. I also have this groovy looking shape. I think we all know what this one is. It's a cone. So it's still got 1, and it's got a whole face around here, a curved face, so it's got 2 faces, and it also has 1 vertice, okay, 1 corner at the top there, a nice little point. Kind of feel like ice cream now. I have another shape for you, okay. All right, can anyone guess what this shape is? It is a rectangular prism. Now I know it's a rectangular prism because if I look at both of my ends, they are the shape of a rectangle, okay? And it doesn't come up to a big point at the top, so I know that it's not a pyramid. We'll go through what prisms and pyramids are tomorrow and the day after if you're a little bit confused, so don't stress. I also have, what do we think this one is? It's got a bit of a point going on there and some square there. It is what we call a square base, so it sits on its base, square based pyramid. Now I know that it's a pyramid because it comes up into a point like the pyramids are in Egypt. They have a point as well, and it has triangles on its bases, okay? Sits on a square base, pyramid. Awesome. I have one more I'm going to show you. What do you think this one might be? Okay, it's got 2 ends that are the same. It's got lots of rectangles. Maybe have another little closer look. Okay, we know what this 2D shape is. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And a 6-sided 2D shape is a hexagon. So it's got 2 hexagons on either end, There's no point going up to the top, so it is a hexagonal prism. Some people say it's a hexagonal prism. Either or, doesn't matter. Okay, so your job today for your activity is to go on another scavenger hunt, please. I did a little bit of the work myself. So I went around my house and I had a look to see if I can find some 3D shapes. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's go back to our cube, okay? It's got squares all over. And I went and I found that a dice looks like a cube, okay? It's still got the same amount of faces, same amount of edges, and it's got the same amount of corners. So in my book for my activity, under my heading 3D shapes, I am going to give it a go. I'm going to write the word cube, okay? I'm also going to have a go at drawing a cube. Let's see how we go. So I know I draw a square and another square, and then I can join my lines together. It doesn't look too bad. And I know that I have found inside my house that my dice is a cube. I also went for another little scavenger hunt and I found this super cute little Christmas box. Okay, still has the same amount of faces, same amount of edges, and same amount of corners or vertices. So I'm going to say that my gift box is also a cube. Let's see what else I found on my hunt. I'll give you another couple of examples. If I'm looking at my rectangular prism, okay, so in my book I would write rectangular prism. Now this one's going to be hard to draw. Let's see if I can draw this. Under a little bit of pressure. Okay, draw it standing up. That looks alright. Okay, I went into the pantry because I was a little bit hungry, needed a snack. I found that my Weet-Bix box looks like a rectangular prism. So I can write the Weet-Bix. Okay. I'm sure there's lots and lots of rectangular prisms that you can find. Let's do maybe one more. Let's go back to this shape here. We said this one was a cylinder. So I'm going to write cylinder. And again, I was hunting around in my pantry and I found a can. Okay, so it's still got the two circular faces on the end and it's got one curved face going around. So I can write that my cylinder is the same as a can. Now on the next slide over, what I'm going to do is write a list of some different 3D shapes and a little picture of them because I know they're really tricky to draw. In your scrapbooks, your job is to have a go at writing the name of your 3D shape. Do your best job at trying to draw 3D shapes. I know they're really tricky. And then see if you can go for a hunt around your house to find some of those 3D shapes. Hopefully we find lots of different ones.